Yo, it's Wow Wednesday, and I'll be completely honest, I have no idea what I really want to do today. I don't even know if I feel like streaming. If I do, it's going to be short, like uh, last Wednesday. It's going to be a short one, because I think it's going to be a nice day today. Um, and I may run to Goodwill and see if they have a plush tiger. I was thinking about a plush turtle, and then I realized, wait a minute. I know you can buy a turtle hand puppet, but I'm like, you know what? I actually have the right fabric to make my own. It's like green scale, and I actually think this was called turtle scales. So yeah, that'll be an easy one for me to actually make. So I'll just use that in one of the bases, and I'll make my own turtle. Um, can actually give it a freaking body at that point. I mean, I have the foam, so it's just like I could easily just give him feet. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure I could. I'm sure I can finagle something and give him a couple little feet in the front. But yeah, I can make my own fur turtle. I don't need to buy one. But tiger's a little more difficult because of fabric. The ones I looked at online, just meh. Not what I'm looking for. I was like, it'd be easier just take a plush and destroy it to an extent. Um, so work yesterday wasn't too bad. It was relatively steady, and I think for next Tuesday I will do a top 5. It's the 5th one, and I forget what I even had set for that. But I think I'm gonna do an actual like another top something. It is gonna be a top 5, but it's gonna be actually something um, interesting. Well, it's gonna be something work related because I'm sure like there's a lot of things about scalpers that people don't know. Because most people, when you hear the word scalper, you think Pokemon cards. It's literally one of the first things. Either Pokemon cards or Nido. But no, it's gonna be top 5 things that are scalped at my store that are not Pokemon cards or Nido. Um, it's gonna be some weird random shit, and it's mostly local places that are scalping this shit and selling it. Because we found out, because we can find out when we print the label for them, you can literally find out the address of where it's going. It literally tells you. And when they order a lot of something, then you pretty much fucking know. Um, so, that being said, we've had, yeah, we've had some issues with that. But as the store was getting ready for inventory yesterday, it was kind of weird because it's just like we still had Frozen and Dairy show up. Frozen practically filled the fucking freezer. Like it was a whole line of pallets. Dairy was a lot, and we got kind of slow, so they had a couple of our people helping to stock it. Even though the team lead and associate were there, so we had our people helping with the dairy because they started on that. And then them trying to get shit counted in the back room. Most of it was apparel, but luckily, since the fire, it's usually we have way too much apparel in the back, and now like it's really not as bad as far as that goes. And it's funny because usually the inventory company, whichever one it is, shows up relatively early the day before to put their little stickers up on each section. I mean, unless shit's changed since last year, because, every year seems to be kind of different. So I have no idea what company's doing it. Probably should have messaged my one friend who was there later, but Um, I mean, they both suck at counting anyway, so really, what the hell does it matter? Regis, like I said, used to be the better of the two. But kind of neither of them are anymore. Um, but yeah, usually they stuck their little things on the day before on each 4-foot section or whatever. And it was just weird that, like, we're having to do all this freight. Now, I know Remix always showed up. Like, we always did Remix. We never unloaded a full truck. That was always saved for the day of inventory after everything was counted. Then they'd unload. But unloaded along with whatever was supposed to be coming in that night. Remix was always done, though, because that's usually easy shit anyway. But trying to keep it zoned and organized so that it can be counted correctly. It was just a lot of chaos going on. And at one point, like, I had nothing in my screen, right? And I'm just standing there in the back, just chilling and thinking to myself, I don't like standing here doing nothing. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. The baler's full. We got a bunch of brand new sexy pallet jacks sitting around. I'm going to make a bale and I'm going to use one of these nice new pallet jacks to take it outside. I'm like, oh, so smooth using a new pallet jack, and it just rolls perfectly. Didn't hurt my hands at all. the busted ones. I remember trying to pull it with the busted ones and I couldn't even do it, like, because they just won't give. Like, the something in them just fucking broke and they just don't roll. But, like, the new ones are so nice and smooth. And it's like, I got lucky to where the bale, I was able to get the wires through very easily. Like, a lot of times you have to fight with the cardboard on top because sometimes it gets wedged up in the back where you stick the wires through, and it's just like annoying as hell. But I was able to, like, poke through each hole. Well, sometimes you can actually just look and see. As long as you can see light on the other end, then you're fine. You should be able to do it. But, like, I only had to punch through a couple, and it didn't take too many, knocks against the cardboard to punch it through. So I was, like, able to make a perfect bale, take it outside, and when I got outside, it had cooled off, and I was like, ooh, it's the perfect temperature now. And it was raining, so it was, like, a little chilly with the rain, but I was like, this actually feels good compared to the freaking humidity we just had. So it actually felt nice outside, even with the rain. I remember, so here's a question I have for y'all. When I was growing up, my parents weren't very rich, so we didn't have a swimming pool. We had plenty of room in our backyard for one. They just didn't have the money to get one put in, and it also takes a lot of money to maintain one. So our yard was a little bit sloped, so our makeshift slip and slide was leftover black plastic that we'd used on the garden, the vegetable garden, down further in the yard. So I would use that with dish soap in the yard as a slip and slide. But if it rained, and it wasn't thundering, obviously, if it was just normal rain and it was warm out, I would just put on my bathing suit and just play out in the rain. So how many of y'all did that when you were younger? Because I'm curious. Just play out in the rain. As long as it ain't storming and it's just a steady rain, you're fine. But yeah, I definitely have done that a few times. Yeah. And after all that rain, I know the flowers will definitely perk back up. So yeah, today, like I said, I don't know. I may stream a little. I do want to go to Goodwill and do some videos for the days ahead so that they are done and then I don't have to worry about them. But yeah, we shall see what today brings. But have a good Wednesday, and I will see you all in the next one.